All right, so let's just settle into our meditation posture. And so if you are sitting at your desk or in the regular meditation posture or on a couch or wherever you are, if you're sitting in the regular way, just have your feet flat on the floor in a parallel position. So try not to be crossing your legs. And sit on your sits bones. So if you are in a regular sitting position, make sure you're sitting on top of your sits bones, those two bony protrusions at the bottom of the pelvis. And then if you're sitting in the regular cross-legged position, like the one we know for meditation, imagine you're sitting up on them, and you can have them slightly raised, and this will help align the spine really nicely. So shoulders aligned with the hips and the head aligned with the shoulders, the ears. And imagine your spine is a string of pearls of light stretching from the base all the way up through the crown of the head and beyond. So just imagine you're lengthening your spine, putting some space in between those vertebrae. The head is very slightly tipped forward and the eyes are down, looking along the length of the nose, tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth, and relax the jaw. And then bring your awareness to the crown of the head and relax the scalp and the forehead, the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the mouth. Then bring your awareness to the back of the head, the scalp there, and relax the scalp, the ears, the inner ear, back of the tongue. And allow your shoulders and shoulder blades to drop down. Release the neck. Relax the throat and the chest and the belly. And all of your limbs. And just bring the mind to the breath and just feel the sensation of the air as you're inhaling and exhaling. So the place to feel the air is, you're just the very outside of the nostrils. And you might notice a sensation of air flowing in and out through those, just across the hairs just on the inside of the nostrils. But the recommendation is to not follow the air into the body. So you're just bringing your focus at the nostrils. If there are any sounds in your environment, just allow those sounds to be there. Try not to follow the sounds with the mind. And then check to see what thoughts are going on in the mind, what's arising. And thoughts are made up of memories. Knowledge. Patterns. Just allow them to arise and abide. Maybe you can put your thoughts on little fluffy white clouds and allow them to float away. Put some space in between those thoughts. Try not to engage with them. And allow yourself to rest. Allow that mind to rest. Take a nice deep breath as we put ourselves on the bank of our river and allow that river to flow on by, and know that while you're sitting on the bank, you're free from the river. And bring to mind all the people of your life. So start with the ones you love, your friends. They're people that you do class with, some kind of exercise class or yoga class, or even your Vajrasattva meditation folks. People that you have at home, that you have deep and profound relationships with. And bring all these people to your mind. And then there's those people in your life who you don't like so much. And then there's those strangers. And bear in mind that the friend, the enemy, and the stranger can change place at any time. And maybe they have in your life. And then imagine a world where everyone is equal. And how are they equal? They're equal in their wish to be happy and their wish to be free from suffering, and in having this unbelievable capacity for Buddhahood. So regardless of your intellectual ability, regardless of your socioeconomic status, your education, your family, your color, your gender, your spiritual beliefs, your political beliefs, it all boils down to wanting to be happy, to not wanting to be suffering, and to having this extraordinary capacity within each of us. And some people are going to get there sooner than others in this life. So I think we'll do this meditation for the benefit of all these people of our life, and by extension, all sentient beings. And I just read that Israel from the Thupten Noble Ling Center is preparing to pass. So send lots of love and good thoughts and good wishes to him. And we'll do this Vajrasattva practice. You can even imagine maybe bringing him into our meditation this evening. Imagine he's here with us, sitting and doing the practice with us. Okay, so there is no negativity that cannot be purified. And this purification process is basically a psychological one. So we create negativity with our mind, and we can easily change that by creating positivity with our mind instead. So we start with the power of regret. So sincerely regret from the depths of your heart anything you have done to harm any living being on this day, in this life, and in all past lives. So imagine the reason we regret is due to our past karma. So we experience everything due to our karma, our past actions. And having harmed others, we ourselves will necessarily experience suffering in the future. So we cannot bear the thought of any future suffering that we will experience. So logically, it makes sense to remove those karmic seeds before they ripen as future suffering for us. So think like this: I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech, having broken my vows, because I do not want the future suffering. I'm sick of suffering. And also regret any anger, attachment, and the rest that are the cause of why we harm others, and think again, I'm sick of this suffering. And then think, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So here we come to the power of reliance. So we rely upon, we turn to the Buddha, the doctor, who has the methods that we can use to purify. And we're not needing Buddha to forgive us. We're not asking Vajrasattva forgiveness. It's not a higher power that we're going to for this. We're doing the work ourselves. So you can imagine Vajrasattva above the crown of your head. You can also imagine this is, if you have a teacher, this is your teacher, your spiritual mentor, manifesting in this form for your benefit. And he's made of radiant, blissful white light, this Vajrasattva, sitting cross-legged on a white lotus and a moon cushion, and has a beautiful radiant face. His eyes are long and peaceful, They're shaped like lotus petals, and they're full of love and compassion for you and all those people of your life. He has a sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom, and the right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion. And their being crossed represents the union of these two, which symbolizes enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings, the very beings we have harmed, and those who have harmed us, by developing compassion for them. So think particularly of someone you've harmed recently, in the past, and in general, all beings we have ever harmed since beginningless time. And then maybe think of someone who's harmed you and have compassion for them, because the harm they've caused you is going to result as suffering for them in the future. So make a strong aspiration to do this practice of purification for the sake of all these sentient beings, and think, I must purify for their sake. So now we come to the power of the remedy, and this is the actual medicine, doing the practice of purification. So we're reciting and visualizing. So we start with the body, and imagine Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar, like coming out of a hose, quite forcefully from his heart. It arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of all of your lower orifices all the harm you have ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid. And this pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left, as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dinapatita Dita Miboa Sutokaya Miboa Sipokaya Miboa Anarakta Miboa Sawasiti Mimpiyatsa Sawakama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Satra Ahom Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dinapatita Dita Miboa Sutokaya Miboa Sipokaya Miboa Anarakta Miboa Sawasiti Mimpiyatsa Sawakama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Satra Ahom Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dinapatita Dita Miboa Sutokaya Miboa Sipokaya Miboa Anarakta Miboa Sawasiti Mimpiyatsa Sawakama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Satra Ahom Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dinapatita Dita Miboa Sutokaya Miboa Sipokaya Miboa Anarakta Miboa Sawasiti Mimpiyatsa Sawakama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Satra Ahom Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dinapatita Dita Miboa Sutokaya Miboa Sipokaya Miboa Anarakta Miboa Sawasiti Mimpiyatsa Sawakama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Satra Ahom Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dinapatita Dita Miboa Sutokaya Miboa Sipokaya Miboa Anarakta Miboa Sawasiti Mimpiyatsa Sawakama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Satra Ahom Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dinapatita Dita Miboa Sutokaya Miboa Sipokaya Miboa Anarakta Miboa Sawasiti Mimpiyatsa Sawakama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Satra Ahom Pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is now completely purified, and think there's no way you could do anything but benefit others now with your body. So next is the purification of the speech, and Vajrasattva again very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and quite forcefully enters your crown, filling your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech, which overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. So you can just imagine all the gossip and the harsh speech and the useless speech and lying and talking badly about others behind their backs and all this kind of inappropriate speech, sort of awkward speech, not being able to express ourselves the way we want to at the right time. So imagine all of this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you as you recite the mantra. Om Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dita Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dita Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dita Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dita Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dita Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dita Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dita Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe. So again, feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified. And imagine it's not possible to do anything other than benefit others with your speech. So all the awkwardness, all the inappropriateness, all the talking about other people, it's all gone. And the only thing that's in your mind is to benefit others, to stop and think before you speak. And you benefit yourself as well because you'll be hearing it. So the next is a purification of the mind. And Vajrasattva now very compassionately sends powerful beams of light from his heart chakra. This arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So it's just the same as when you walk into a pitch black room and you flick on that switch, the darkness is instantly dispelled. So it's the same here. The moment the light from Vajrasattva's heart touches your heart chakra, all the darkness of the negativity of your mind, so all the attachment, the neediness, the anger, bitterness, grudges, jealousy, any violence, all of this instantly dispelled as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dita Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dita Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta me bawa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mata Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Tita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mata Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mata Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe. So again, be so delighted that all of your delusions, which are the source of all of our own suffering, our own delusions, and the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, are completely purified. So you imagine they're all gone. And now imagine there's no space in your heart for anything other than love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and joy and compassion. So next is the purification of just the imprints of negativity of the body, speech, and mind. And this time imagine that Vajrasattva sends light and nectar, and it fills you completely and eradicates even the subtlest imprints of negative energy from the mind. Om Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe. So now feel you are completely purified, not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to your enlightenment have been removed. So now we come to the power of resolve. Again, this is a very crucial step in this process, is we have to decide that this is something that we want to do, refrain from harming. So, Lama Zopa Rinpoche used to say, even regretting is purifying. So even apart from the practice that we've done, having regret for something you've done helps to goes a long way towards purifying that action. And then also making a decision that you're going to refrain from harming, also in a way is purifying in itself. You have to decide if this is something you want to do. So think of something that you'd like to work on between now and tomorrow. Give yourself a wee timeline, maybe 30 seconds, 5 minutes, half a day, overnight. And this determination to not do again is what gives us the strength to change. So Vajrasattva is delighted with us and wanting to merge with your mind, melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown, and think, my Guru's body, speech, and mind, and Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, and my own body, speech, and mind are the same. So next, a little bit on emptiness. Emptiness, there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma, and there is no negative karma created. So whatever level you understand emptiness, place your mind there for a little while, and we can think of all phenomena as being empty. They do not exist from their own side. You can also think that perhaps the way things are appearing to me may not necessarily be the way they exist. So let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy you've created doing this purification to all living beings, particularly thinking of Israel at this time. It's a very precious time as he's passing. So he's been a really good practitioner. He has a lot of friends around him, thinking of him, sending him good thoughts. So really think of him now. And think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. And so for His Holiness, long life prayer for His Holiness, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. And we have one. Maybe do Leilung Rinpoche's one. It's a little bit shorter, or His Holiness. Kadrala's a bit longer. Maybe we can do Kadrala's on Sunday in a meditation. So while Mary's finding that, on Sunday we've got in the Sunday meditation, it's an hour and a half. So we'll be doing the whole time Tara practices of one kind or other. So meditation, chanting, like that. So I hope you'll all come and enjoy that with us together. It'd be nice to do it together with everyone. Okay, that'll do, that first one. I think that's Rinpoche. Yeah, it's His Holiness. If you could make it a little larger. You can't? Okay. Then we just have to squeeze our brains. Peerless teacher and assembly of the children of the victorious ones, Shravakas and Pratikya Buddhas, victorious Losang, father and sons, along with the lineage masters, all the objects of refuge of infinite lands, please bestow the virtue of good and goodness of accomplishing this prayer here and now. Holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teachings through the explanation and practice, you were the armor of patience, and that is never discouraged. Incomparable, venerable Guru, to you I make a request. While striving single-pointedly for the sake of the victorious one's teachings, the sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness emerge, and for the mother living beings, you suddenly departed to peace. What a great loss. Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truth of the blessings of the ocean of the three jewels and the great awareness, waves of bodhicitta of the children of the victorious ones, may the smile of reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for fortunate disciples. Okay, that was by His Holiness. And then there may be a prayer while Mary is getting back to. Don't worry, Mary. We can just think, because it's anyway 31 past, just think of Lama Ursul, pray for him to have a long life, and then also for Geshe-la, pray for Geshe-la to have a long life. Okay, everybody. Lots of love. No worries, Mary. No, it's not a problem. We're out of time anyway. Okay. And I'll see some of you tomorrow morning. We're doing Tara meditation again. So I hope you're not getting fed up with doing that, but that's what we're doing for Rinpoche's swift return. Okay. Good night. Sweet dreams, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks.